Hey YouTube, what's up? This is the paint list for the Bull Snapper. So the first thing that I'm doing is adding a pre-highlight of Vallejo white. I just want the underbelly to be a little bit brighter because I am using a dark gray primer. And so yeah. Here I'm using Vallejo model color or game color, dark green, and just coating all of the hide, skin, whatever you want to call it. Trying to avoid most of the underbelly, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to clean it up later. Here I am applying the first highlight, and you will notice me raising my hand, raising my arm, or putting my arm somewhere. I'm putting it basically under the light where I want to portray the light hitting. I just want to find reference points of where I'm going to apply the highlight. Very good habit to get into, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just applying to where I think the highlights need to go, of where I'm going to be, how I'm going to be positioning, or how I want the light to portray off of him. Here I am applying the final highlight. Again, doing the same thing as before, just checking my reference, and then just bringing it up slowly but surely. I do apologize for the beginning, how blurry the video might have been, or out of focus it was. I didn't realize that my camera was trying to focus on my cutting mat instead of the model, so I figured it out. That's why you see the black table now. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, feel free to comment, and I'll try to answer as best I can. Here I masked off just the main places where I don't want to overspray. I'm just cleaning up. I'm doing the underbelly right now, so I didn't want to just overspray in those areas. Basically, just the very main big areas. It doesn't really matter if you overspray too much, as long as it's very little overspray. You should be fine, or at least for me, I was fine. But I'm just applying a bone white. Vallejo game color bone white to the underbelly, because I'm going to go back over it because I'm going to fade it into the underbelly. Basically, I'm going to fade the hide, or the green color, back into the underbelly just a tad bit. So yeah, once you get a good coverage, and you got to do it, you might have to put a couple coats on it until you get the opacity or the density of the color that you want. Here you see me going and doing just basically covering up the overspray that I did, and fading the green into the underbelly. It is pinpoint, but it's not as bad as you might think. Once you see the spray, it is up close. You want to be up close, so you do. If you have adjustable compressor, you want to bring it down pretty low. I think I had it at like 11 or 12. And to do that, you want to have a thinner paint as well, because it's not going to be pushing it out as well. So you want to thin it down just a little bit more than you probably usually do. So I'm just, once you find the spray pattern, or you know, the pinpoint of what you're spraying, you can just bring it down slowly into the underbelly until you get the fade that you want. Here I am painting the webbing of the feet. I'm just using basically the same skin colors that I used to paint his skin. I'm just using it a little bit thicker so that the brightness will shine, come out. And I'm not using the base color dark green. I'm just using the two highlight colors. So basically I used I think it was sick green to do the main overall area. I did leave a little bit of a shadow area, but it doesn't really matter because of later what we're going to do. And then I used, I think it's goblin green to do the final highlight, extreme highlights to really brighten it out and make them pop. Here I'm painting the claws black, obviously. Nothing too hard about that. I am kind of using a crappy brush right now. Don't ask me why. I thought it's kind of easy, obviously, to do the claws, so that's why I was just using a crappy brush. But yeah. Sorry about that. That's a little while painting nails for you. Here I am painting the mouth. Now, I didn't use a specific color. I used two and I mixed and made my own color basically. I used Pale Flesh from Vallejo Game Color and Bloody Red from Vallejo Game Color, and basically put two drops, not together. I did separate, and then I just brought it together and mixed it slowly until I got the shade that I was looking for, and then I used it and just basically covered the whole mouth, inside of the mouth, not the outside, but the inside of the mouth. It doesn't matter if you hit the teeth or not. I just wanted to get the gum lines, and so I was just walking on the outside of the teeth, just to make it a little bit more sturdier to hit the gum line right there. But yeah. Here I am just applying a wash of ball red. Any red will work, it doesn't matter, any red wash will work. So, and just apply it heavily with controlled pooling. So here I am just highlighting the tongue back up, or the mouth back up, basically the top of the tongue and the bottom gum line. Just re-highlight, bring it back up from the darker after the wash. Here I am painting the teeth. I used Beastly Brown to coat the entire teeth, or the whole tooth, all of them. And because I want the darker root or base of the tooth, that's why I use Beastly Brown. And yeah. Here I'm adding bone white to 2/3 of the tooth. Leave the base of the tooth. You want that to stay Beastly Brown, so I'm just adding it to about 2/3 of the tooth. Here I am just applying a gloss finish, or a gloss coat to protect the paint that we've done so far, and I use Pledge Floor Care with Future Finish, or Future Shine. Now I'm using the oil colors. I use Winton, and I used a black-brown mix, more black than brown, but I did put a brown in there. And then we're just gonna heavily coat the model. We'll clean up in a bit. So this is just a shot of what it looks like. Nothing important, nothing special. And this is where we start cleanup. As you can see, I use a sponge tip to clean up mostly. I do use Q-tip every once in a while. Don't really like it because it frays up too quickly and it annoys me. Just a quick note, I am applying or cleaning very, very lightly. Just make sure you do it really lightly because that sponge can get into the cracks, and wipe it out. Again, I just want to reiterate being careful with the sponge tips because it can get into the crannies and cracks very easily, especially if they're shallow. So just real light, and then we finish it off with a matte finish. I know you didn't see the eyes, just moon yellow, a couple layers until you like what you like, and that's it. I hope you like, and there will be a fancy 360 spin hoopla video after this part, so hope you like.